The biggest icon in wrestling.
Welcome to the newest episode of the Iconoclastic Wrestling Podcast. I'm Iconoclast.
And I am your host, as usual, Dick Taco. Finally, we get to do the show. We got so much to talk about this week, dude. There's so much. I don't think I remember in recent memory so much wrestling in one weekend. Like
Well, that's on purpose because WWE tried their best to counter program All In.
Yeah, they did, and I tell you honestly, I tried to watch Great American. I mean, we're going to review it rather quickly tonight, but I tried to watch Great American Bash, and those two guys.
Yeah, I know you told.
Those two guys you named was the only fucking match I got through.
Javon Evans and Jasper Troy.
I was like, it's something about it, like it overly screams like minor league wrestling. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what it fucking is.
I know, but I'm just like, TNA is working with them, and I can watch them more than I can get into NXT. You know what I mean?
One of the main reasons I don't like it is, I've told you this, is that because they train everybody at the Performance Center.
It's a lot of the same.
Everyone, they all wrestle the same style.
You're seeing a lot of that on the main roster now, too, since a lot of the call-ups I've noticed.
Yeah, and I just think that sucks.
Yeah, but I will say, I mean, in my Excedrin PM-induced haze, sitting through that, like I said when we went to Dynasty, All in Texas was pretty awesome. I will say. I do stand by what I said to you yesterday in the text message, that there was some fluff in there I think they could have got away without having. But the big matches were, well, just like, I don't know. I mean, that whole thrown together thing about the TV title, you know, I didn't care for that. I mean, Dustin Rhodes, fine. Giving it to him's good. But the whole point of this whole feud was to elevate Fletcher. And
Felcher?
Yeah, Felcher. And did you see they're playing all over Twitter the fucking injury that they think hurt him, where Fletcher fucking powerbombed him on the apron? Oh, God. It was horrific the way his head snapped back, man. So
yeah, Fletcher's fucking huge.
He's really not, though, in, like, weight. He's only about 210 pounds, maybe. But, I mean, he's ripped as shit. He looks like a fucking statue up there. And he's tall,
I mean,
too.
he is, like, he looks like a star.
Oh, yeah. He's up there with guys I talk about, like Braun Breaker, shit like that. Like, the next generation of, like, really good wrestlers. He's definitely in that conversation. But we were off last week because, you know, there really wasn't much to talk about. You know, now this week everything blows up, but we're going to go through as many shows as we can here. But let's get into the news,
That's crazy,
shall we? Let's get into the news, shall we?
I'm going to need you to have it open here.
I got it. I've been printing it out over here so I can just cross it out like an old school.
You have a printer?
Yeah, downstairs.
Oh.
The wife's. It's an Epson or some shit. I don't know. All right. Let's do the miscellaneous news and get it out of the way because there ain't a whole lot of it. And there's some interesting stuff there that I found out of, stuff that I wasn't even waiting for. But Rich Swann makes his debut for the NWA at the 6:30 TV taping. He will be on the NWA 77th anniversary show, which will be in August. Fucking Rich Swann. Jesus.
What'd you say? The Tim Meadows of
The
TNA?
Tim Meadows of TNA. Why did I sign a 30-year contract? I told you.
How long was Tim Meadows actually on SNL?
Not that long. I mean, not 30 years, but he was on there forever. They made a joke when Mike Myers, after like a couple of the Austin Powers movies, came back to host it.
Like Kenan Thompson. Kenan Thompson's been on SNL for like 20 fucking years.
Has he really? But Mike Myers sees Tim Meadows backstage in the opening act and goes, Tim, because they were on there together in like 1989. And he's like, Tim, it's so nice for you to come back and see me when I host. Because the first time I hosted, he goes, actually, I'm still in the cast, Mike. It's pretty funny. But yeah, Rich fucking Swann. And we did not get to see MLP Resurrection, as you know, you couldn't find it anywhere except to pay $30 on Triller TV. And it's
like NWA, it's like Samhain 2.
Yeah, dude, I can't find that or that. What was that AAA pay-per-view the other week that was only on in Mexico, remember?
I think it was Triple Mania Regia.
Yeah, you can't find that anywhere either. Like, I can't find that on the dark fucking web, dude. It's crazy. I'm looking up the results of this MLP Resurrection because I don't think I ever looked it up. I did it on a channel. I got some good views too, but dude, did you see how many views I got for the All In 2K25? I was up to like I
saw it and it was fucking demonetized.
Well, I can't get any money because of the fucking copyrighted music, but I got like almost 2,000 views last time I looked. Doesn't matter. It got me like 15 to 18 subscribers since yesterday, so I mean, I'm good with that. MLP Resurrection. Here it is. July 5th, Laval, Quebec, at Colisée de Laval. All right, we got one pre-show match. El Reverso, Mathis Meyer, and Mo Jabari defeated Frankie the Mobster, Marco Estrada, and Zach Patterson.
What show is this? What show is this?
This is Maple Leaf Pro from the other week. It's real quick. It's almost done.
Okay.
Dark Order, Stu Grayson and Evil Uno. Can't believe they can get jobs anyway.
Still there! They're still there!
Defeated Sheldon Jean and Bryce Hansen.
Speaking of Dark Order, I saw that they wrestled on Super Card of Honor and -1 showed up.
Who did? Oh, what? On the pre-show?
On Super Card of Honor. I guess it was the pre-show.
How do they qualify Ring of Honor for a pre-show? They're all fucking pre-show wrestlers. Why doesn't Ring of Honor just do the pre-show for the AEW shows?
That's not entirely true. Athena's not a pre-show wrestler.
Oh, she's the only fucking one. She won the women's gauntlet, right? I missed that entire match. I was eating dinner. All right, Rohan Raja defeated Hammerstone by pinfall, singles match for the PWA Champions Grill. There's a viral video going around of Hammerstone of the crowd chanting, calling him a fucking mud show piece of shit, and he got mad, and he started yelling at him and everything. But, like, there's a guy, remember, even before we started doing this show, like a couple of years ago when we, like, were talking about MLW, I would say, like, 2021, we would talk about Alex Hammerstone and how good he was. And then he would go and he went to TNA and they fucking dropped the ball on him. Had him on the pre-show last time he was there. Don't understand. Don't understand how you could do that to the guy. Tom Latimer retained the NWA World Heavyweight title against Matt Cardona. You know, big surprise there. Michael Allen, Richard Clark defeated Speedball Mike Bailey, Jonathan Gresham, TJP, Bhupinder Gujar, and Psycho Mike Rollins by pinfall on a 6-way scramble. I was not aware of that. The Good Brothers took down Dave Finlay and Drilla Maloney. Giselle Shaw retained the MLP Women's Canadian Championship against Shotzi Blackheart, I think, who was debuting for them. She recently went to MLW from WWE. Josh Alexander retained the MLP Canadian Championship against Ace Austin. And PCO defeated Dan Maff in a House of Pain match for the Canadian International Heavyweight Championship with Billy Gunn as the special guest referee. Wow, if that card don't knock your fucking socks off.
Yeah.
I was excited for that, though, but I was upset I couldn't find it. They got something else coming up, too, called, I know how you love tournaments. Let me see what this is, if I can actually find the, here it is. The it's MLW Opera Cup, okay. Yeah, the MLW Opera Cup. It's not MLP, I'm sorry. But the Opera Cup is coming up. Who's the, I'm trying to find if they tell you anybody that's in it. Oh, here it is. MLW reveals Opera Cup brackets July 2nd. Bracket A, Mystico versus Ikuru Kwan. Ultimo Guerrero versus Esfingi. Don't ask me what that means. Austin Aries versus Kushida. And Paul London versus Okamura. Hit the music. What if he'll come in with his pirate gimmick? You think he will? Nah, probably not.
Wait. Which one's the pirate?
Paul London.
Was he the pirate?
Yeah. Remember, we started bringing him up when you were talking about they should make a guy who's like a pirate, but like he sells like pirate DVDs on the street.
Yeah, it should be R-Truth.
Well, he already looks like it, but like when I told you back when I was a kid, and they had the Slickster. He looked like a straight up pimp. I don't know if you'd be able to even put that on TV these days. And bracket B. What?
Mud show piece of shit.
That's right. Bracket B's Volador Jr. versus Teton. Zandakan Jr. versus Blue Panther Jr. Satoshi Kojima versus Bobby Fish. And Bishop Dyer versus Anthony Green.
Bishop Dyer, the Nomad.
Oh, God.
Corbin Handyman Services, right?
The Nomad,
Dyer,
the no work.
Hey, he's a former Golden Gloves boxer.
Yeah, I told you. Amateur punk stuff. Hogan's Real American. You want to talk a little bit about the Hucksters Real American Freestyle? How many tickets is he up to now? Do we know?
I don't fucking care.
Dude, but it's so funny. It is so funny to talk about it because you could see this coming. Because you could see this coming a mile away.
It's another fucking bad Bischoff idea because Bischoff's never had a good idea in his fucking life.
Hold on, June 18th. Ticket sale.
Yeah,
that was probably
Eric Bischoff's already having a conniption now that because of AEW's success, he trashes them at every opportunity.
He's been trashing them he just trashes Tony Khan. He doesn't really, a lot of people in the know, nephew, who have done stuff in the business do not care for his booking style. And in a pinch, when his back's to the wall, as you saw in some of the fluff I talked about the other night, I don't think he's that good either. He gets away with a lot because he's got exceptional talent underneath.
They have the best roster in the world.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you there.
In terms of just depth of talent, they have the best roster. Like I could name at least a dozen people there who could believably be world champion.
All right, give me a couple.
Okay. Ospreay, Swerve,
okay.
Hangman, Kenny, Samoa Joe, MJF,
okay.
Kyle Fletcher.
Well, I don't know yet. Let's see how he does in like the
Moxley.
Well, that's only because he's had the
Danielson if he came back.
Those are all pretty good. Those are all pretty good. I can't argue.
I'd have to look at the full roster.
No, that's fine.
Adam Cole, if he wasn't injury prone.
I never, when Adam Cole was Ring of Honor champion, I never saw him as a world champion. That was one of the most boring eras of the old Ring of Honor that I remember around 2014 to 15. Well, because I was actually paying for the pay-per-views back then. So.
You actually paid for things? Wow.
Well, I didn't know how to do all this crap I can do with a computer now. Dude, I'm telling you, I had two hijacked streams.
Okada.
Oh, yeah, Okada too, yeah.
How can I forget those two? Okada and Takeshita.
Well, Takeshita, he's definitely on his way up. But yeah, all those guys you named, I could see as a world champion. But no, I had to stream from Triller TV on two different tablets, beamed to two different TVs, Didn't get it dropped once. Because my usual site didn't have it. I'm surprised.
It's crazy, brother. Oh, yeah. Can we fucking talk about how you had that whole Hulk Hogan fate art story in the format still that you called me about one night, and I had to go on a 30-minute goose chase?
Well, look, all I got to say is the guy's in his fucking 70s. He's got a lot of health problems. It wouldn't surprise me. But let's just hit that. Fight. Let's just hit that since you're going to bitch about it. Per Lee Cole. So? What?
Shayna Wayne doesn't think so, that I could beat Hulk Hogan in a fight.
Who doesn't think so?
Shayna Wayne, Mother Wayne, your sister.
I don't think you could beat.
He's fucking 70 years old.
His
bones are probably.
He's 70. He's going to be 72.
His bones are probably so fucking brittle. I bet you a couple well-placed strikes down.
Oh, look. Oh, I'm telling you, the guy's 6'6" or something. Like, and I don't know.
That doesn't mean. If anything, that's a knock against him. His body's too heavy for his bone structure to support.
And let's weigh in your win-loss record in fights in grade school. And I don't think you could beat Jim Hogan, who used to work with Pop and is probably about 80 years old by now. So, can we move on here? I'll tell the audience what we're talking about.
When I was in high school, when I was a freshman in high school, I fucking put a guy in a bulldog choke for taking my Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
Wow. Bet you nobody messed with you.
Wait, no. I tackled a guy for taking my Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I put a guy in a bulldog choke for taking my phone.
Why'd the guy take your Yu-Gi-Oh deck?
Because he thought it was funny.
Yeah, and you showed him that it
I don't
wasn't.
I don't even know if that kid graduated.
Well, didn't mess with your Yu-Gi-Oh shit again, did he? But anyway, what my nephew, the esteemed Icon Smasher, is talking about, last week, or the other week, because we didn't record last week, I was down here working on some stuff, and I saw something come on my phone. Lee Cole, who I listened to with Wrestling with the Devil, was talking about Jim Terry, who's the PI, the private investigator for Dark Side of the Ring. He was on with Monty and the Pharaoh, and he was on Angel Gotti, I think John Gotti's daughter, on 629, and said Hogan was on a respirator and needs a heart transplant. A wife of a surgeon may have leaked it. He said he had a valve put in, but his heart wasn't, accepting it. It was restricted. Too old and too big for a new heart. Oh, he was supposedly on a respirator in induced coma. And I wrote, since has been proven false by TMZ. But all I was saying was, if that was fucking true, wouldn't you want to be able to report it? I mean, that's worth jumping on the air right there. Like, if you weren't in school that day with Billy Jack, I would have been jumping on the air from the car. Like, this is a fucking breaking news, goddammit.
But yeah, fucking Billy Jack Haynes, a wrestler that, like you and I remember, and like no one else fucking cares about.
Yeah, it's true. But anyway,
unless you live in Portland, I guess.
Getting back to Hogan's Real American Freestyle Wrestling, he sold about 400 tickets in the 13,000 seat arena. Talk about the proverbial piss hole in a snowbank.
And you think AEW doesn't sell enough tickets for the arenas they book?
Oh, well, he's going to make them look like they packed the Silver Dome with some of their cards from the other year, even. Per cage side seats, the Hardys want one last run in the WWE. Jesus Christ. Like, when are we going to give this up?
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
But they said they already have a Hall of Fame date in mind. Well, that's good. That's good for you. Do the people that actually do the inducting have a date in mind? I don't know about that.
I remember when they wrestled the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing the one year.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We were just talking about that Saturday or yesterday. It was like...
it was awful. And the Young Bucks dressed up like Elvis.
They made them look like such shit, and it was their own fault, I think.
Who?
No, like the Hardys. The Hardys made themselves look like shit, and they made the Bucks look like shit, too.
Yeah, and the Bucks are the best tag team in
you go fuck yourself. It's awful.
8 fucking time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Champs.
Oh, my God. Go look at the Dudleys list of titles. Or or the fucking Road Warriors, or I won't put Anderson and Blanchard in there because they weren't really international. And finally, in the miscellaneous,
the Bucks have been champions in AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan. They actually had a good run in TNA when they were Generation Me.
No, they didn't. It was awful.
Hey, they had great matches with the Motor City Machine Guns.
I can see that, but no, I didn't see anything good about their TNA run. I saw a lot of botches. That's all. And finally, in the miscellaneous news, you know that game I played at?
A lot of people botched in TNA because they could never get used to the 6-sided ring.
I could see that too. Finally, in the miscellaneous news, you know that wrestling game I have, that Retromania?
Yeah, I don't really care about it though.
Okay, well, they announced the DLC for September 13th. Demolition, Rock and Roll Express, Magnum TA, and the Secret Six.
Whenever you say the Rock and Roll Express, all I fucking think of is the time Moxley and the Death Riders kidnapped them and tied them up backstage.
Ricky Morton shit on the whole Death Riders gimmick in like one sentence, remember? He's hanging there, and Moxley's like, says he's going to do something to him. He's like, I don't think you got the balls. And he just shoves the gag back on his mouth and doesn't do anything. No, it was awful. It was awful. First of all,
and then I also remember when they were on Collision one night because they only ever show up on Collision. Where the Rock and Roll Express were backstage and the Outriders came up. Hey, Memphis Convention Center, 1986. You guys owe us gas money.
Their whole gimmick is okay until they open their mouth and really try to act like they're from the 80s.
No, it's hilarious. Elm Derb!
They should put the belts on them at some point.
The thing that they're really lacking is like in-ring quality.
Oh yeah, it's really bottom. It's very basic, bottom of the barrel. The bro high five elbow drop. I was like, please.
But like their promo ability, their presence, they're over with the crowd.
Oh yeah, their whole gimmick's good.
If they just improve their in-ring ability, then yeah, I think they could be tag champs.
Sure.
I just hope but the guns came back at All In. We'll talk about that. But
yeah, I really do want to talk about it because I took it off the format, but I was going to talk about last week how you haven't seen them for a while, and I'm like, what do you got them on the fucking roster for? Yeah.
Well, I think one of them was injured.
Yeah, but Juice came back. Like I said, we'll get to that.
Yeah, with no beard, and he looks weird.
But the Retromania 6 secret DLC character was revealed the other day, and I can't believe they pulled it off that company. It's going to be the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Every day I come home, what do I see? Dishes in the sink piled high! Yeah.
I committed statutory rape with an underage Stephanie McMahon.
Ooh, yeah. That's not true.
I don't know. I've seen theories about that.
Yeah, there's theories about how you can, like, I don't know. What about, you heard Billy Jack's theory about how he witnessed the Boys on the Tracks murder and he committed it. I mean, anything's possible.
No, he didn't commit it. He witnessed it. He was there as part of it because it was, according to him, it was a drug deal gone wrong.
But that Bill Clinton sent him to do, right? Or some shit?
No, you didn't fucking listen to it. Bill Clinton wanted him to be a federal drug enforcer.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got that wrong. It's all bullshit. What does it matter?
What is it when he threw up on Hercules' back?
Oh my God, I remember watching that for the first time with Pop because I didn't see that live because we didn't have pay-per-view. So 6-8 months later, we rented it and he was like, he just spit all over. Don't do that. He was like, all disgusting.
His getting in the hey, Billy Jack's perm saved him in that match. His hair got in the way of Hercules being able to lock in the full Nelson.
Speaking about, on to the WWE news, speaking about Billy Jack, remember I told you he was supposed to be on the Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling? And they took pictures for him and he was? Fucking awful. But I also found out who voiced Hulk Hogan. I never knew that. Brad Garrett, the brother from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Themselves?
No,
They
nobody
voice
did.
themselves?
No. And also the guy who voiced Shredder on Ninja Turtles, James Avery, also voiced JYD on that show. So get down. One of your favorites. What?
I remember seeing footage of him at WrestleMania 1. He had like these big white tights on it. It just said thump on his ass.
They always said thump, and he had like fucking stars on him or some shit. I never dug the JYD. He was real big in Louisiana and Mid-South due to, I guess, like the historically black population around there. There were people that tried to
say, I know that he would like sell out arenas down there.
Yeah, like the Superdome even. Like somebody tried to shoot Michael Hayes when he was like wrestling against them and shit.
Oh God, fucking Michael Hayes, my modern European history professor, Michael S. Hayes.
Was he? Oh, you should have. Wasn't Mike? He dropped a P. It wasn't Michael P.S. Hayes from Band Street, Atlanta.
No, but I'm just saying that I had a professor who was named Michael Hayes.
I would have totally asked him if he was from Band Street, Georgia. But
Michael Hayes. Right, because who were the Freebirds? It was Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy,
Buddy Roberts. Buddy Roberts was like 15 years older than him too. Buddy Roberts and Jerry Brown were the original Hollywood Blondes in like 1972 down in Florida. So like Buddy was older, but they needed somebody because Terry and Michael, I don't even think when they started they were 18. So they put somebody with them because they were insane and out of control and partied and got in fights and got arrested. They put somebody with them to watch them. And I guess they thought Buddy was going to be a responsible adult. There's an old scene down in World Class when they were down there having a 6-man match against the Von Erichs, right? Buddy takes off his cowboy boot to beat one of them with it, and a fucking bag of weed falls out right in the ring. He just picks it up, puts it right back. I mean, it's a big bag of weed. It's got to be like a half an ounce or something. He picks it up, puts it right in his fucking pocket, and just keeps wrestling. Ref didn't see it. Like, I didn't see it as a kid, but when I heard about that, I went back and saw it. It was funny as shit. Big old bag of pot just fell right on the fucking mat, right on the canvas. But one of your favorites, Otis, is out due to legitimate elbow surgery.
Hey, I don't care about him being on TV anymore. Now that WWE's got that fucking Jabba the Hutt lookalike jelly roll on TV, he makes Otis look like he's got anorexia.
I wrote here when he was out with elbow surgery, Iconoclast rejoices. Last time he was seen was in May, anyway. But yeah, can we talk about Jelly Roll for a minute? I'm very disappointed that's pretty much over.
That's a major angle. That's a major match they're promoting for SummerSlam.
It's overshadowing Cody and Cena.
Him and Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
And Logan Paul comes out and gives the biggest bullshit fucking promo he ever gave about part-timers coming in and ruining wrestling. I mean, he was obviously told to say that or came up with it on his own. And he is a heel. But holy shit. He broke the fucking internet with that one.
I don't care. I was watching Moxley get fucking murdered by Hangman when that was going on.
Yeah, dude. That was, I mean, we knew, your cousin and I were watching it, and I was like, oh, man, we're going to fucking bleed buckets tonight, these two. He goes, what, just Moxley? I said, no, Hangman too.
What?
I said, Hangman. Your cousin's like, what, just because of Moxley? I said, no, Hangman too. I said, don't you remember when he fucking drank Swerve's blood? I mean, come on.
Stabbed him in the cheek with a hypodermic needle.
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ.
We'll talk about that more when we get to the All In review.
Yeah. According to Dave Meltzer, which I got something to say about him in a minute anyway. The
Prophet Dave, the Prophet himself.
The fan Punk spoke to in Saudi Arabia was a plant. And I wrote,
Of course he was.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, when they interact with a crowd member openly and on camera, it's a plant. So, I mean, I don't know when he's going to think that, or when he's going to get it, that they leak fucking shit because they know he'll report it because he's an asshole.
You fucking hate Meltzer.
I never did when I was younger, but You know, I just like, even JBL came out and said that. He goes, "Oh, we leak false shit to him all the time in the 90s. It's great. He would just run with it." Octagon Jr. from AAA has signed with AAA and will no longer be taking independent bookings. Such a shame. There's no independence to get booked on, if you ask me.
Mud show piece of shit.
Vince and the WWE file appeal to prevent discovery in the Janelle Grant suit. Oh, I think we've discovered.
Oh, God, more of this.
I think we
This is
discovered
never gonna-
quite enough in that case already. Judgment Day's got all the gold now with the girls having the tag team titles, and they won the tag team titles on the 6:30 Raw. The Irish Troll JD McDonough and the other Irish Troll Finn Balor. Did you hear the WWE is interested in Danhausen?
What the fuck is that?
Well, probably for the same reason they fucking want Mr. Iguana.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, I put Danhausen above Mr. Iguana a little bit.
I haven't seen
A
Dan
little
Housen
bit.
in years.
A very little bit. We saw him at one of the shows we went to. Remember, he came out from under the ring, cursed somebody, and left. I'm like, dude, why is he on the roster? Remember, I was like, 1,500 appearance. That's all you're getting. Fuck out of here.
I remember when they had Hookhausen, him and Hook.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a DLC they sold with the fucking game. The Hookhausen DLC. Fucking assholes.
The Hookhausen DLC.
Anyway.
Right Forever, the haunted house ring.
The Japanese fish market from fucking GTA 3 or something. I don't know. Don't remind me. Every time I like, when I was trying to do the simulations on the channel, that's why I bought 2K25, because trying to get it to work for the computer and all the mods, it was such a pain in the ass, and the game fucking sucks. So like, I was trying to play it, and I got the matches better, but like, it's just so bare bones when it comes to, like, you know,
what?
Fight Forever. But there is
Yeah.
there is news that they might be working on a new game, but they're not going to talk about it until they get real close to release. They said they don't want to make that same mistake twice. Because how long did we hear about Fight Forever? 2 fucking years? At least?
And then when it came out, like, the roster was so out of date.
Oh, I know. It came out in July of 23. Cody was gone. All these people went. And nobody looked right. Remember, Tony Storm looked like she did an NXT. It was, like, terrible. I mean,
Trent still had hair.
That hasn't happened since I was a kid. Like, when WrestleMania the Arcade came out, it was, like, 2 years out of date. But,
Yeah. Trent still had hair back before he started Beretta Stone and Tile.
I miss passing that in the morning. How about when we talked about that and found out that one day, and I started working in Cherry Hill, and I drove by it. I sent you that text at 7 in the morning. Look at what I'm passing. Beretta Stone.
Right, because you hate every wrestler who's bald.
No, that's not true. I like Steve Austin. I liked Goldberg when I was younger. Oh, I got to get to that fuck towards the end of this show. Pre-taped NXT on July 1st got 627,000 views, lowest since 12 of 24, the last pre-taped one. I think when a lot of people find out it's pre-taped, they just either miss it or don't care. Like those Raws when they were over in Europe or something that were on it, like, or Australia, whatever it was, at like 5 o'clock. I didn't fucking watch those.
I don't watch Raw, period. I'm not watching Dynamite this week. I've had enough wrestling for like 3 weeks at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
I watched 8 hours of wrestling yesterday.
I went right into...
or 2 days ago.
Yeah, I went right into Saturday Night's Main Event, and I missed the beginning of it because I was still watching the end of All In.
How long have you been standing there?
6 hours! Roxanne Perez got added to the Judgment Day recently. She is also...
How fucking old is this? That was like a fucking month ago.
It ain't a month ago. It was a couple of weeks ago.
That's crazy. It was like when she first showed up on the main roster, she joined the Judgment Day.
She's with Raquel Rodriguez. They're the women's tag team champions now.
Yeah.
I had on here, looks like we were going to get Punk versus Rollins at SummerSlam. But the best laid plans, get to that later. WWE to run 3 PLEs in Saudi Arabia next year. Royal Rumble, 1 in May and 1 in November, but not the Survivor Series, per What Culture Wrestling.
It's crazy, brother.
I hate that they're going over there so much, but you know what? In a business decision, they give you like $50 million or whatever every time you go. How can you say no?
Cody's explanation was, well, that's the nature of the business. We follow the money.
It's true, but the way he said it.
The shit that I have to take right now has more brain power than Cody Rhodes does.
Yeah, he doesn't come off as very intelligent.
Speaking of which, I have to go use the bathroom, so keep the audience occupied.
All right, well, don't take too long.
Okay.
Zilla Fatu says he's only a phone call away when it comes to helping out Jacob Fatu.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right, it is a cell phone. You can take it with you.
Not dropping it in the toilet.
Yeah, like the friggin' headphones the other week. Rusev versus Sheamus draws a very quiet crowd on the 6:30 Raw. No one cares that Rusev is back. I actually forgot he was there. It is a shame because I think they made a very big mistake when they went different music for bringing him back because nobody knew who he was. It should have been like Rusev Bulia, Rusev Bachka. And then people would have went nuts. I mean, they went nuts when they saw it on the screen, but I don't know. I just feel like, why do you have to sign everybody that leaves another company and bring them over there? Because it's like, there's just too many wrestlers on every roster these days. TJR Wrestling, who I'm about to take off of my list of things I read because of them saying this. TJR Wrestling says Jey Uso has the chance to become the face of WWE if Cody turns heel. If Jey Uso becomes the face of WWE, to me, that signals a horrible turn for the actual business. Because that means it's all, like, you're going backwards then. You're going back towards the PG era with being more towards kids with this yeet bullshit. He's an okay wrestler, but neither one of them are any good. I mean, it's like the Rockers, Marty and Shawn. But I don't know. I don't see which one's Shawn in this equation. Because their personalities are ass. And now Jimmy Uso becomes Big Jim. That sounds like he should be like fucking a trucker, like pulling arms for beer or something in a truck stop bar. Big Jim. Main event, Jay. They give him the belt, then they take it off him right away. Because he's got no staying power with it. Speaking of the other Uso brother, Solo Sikoa reveals a new name for his faction, MFT, My Family Tree. Stupid. Especially being as how my co-host always like to say, they're not really fucking related. Karrion Kross apparently not liked backstage. He's got a lot of press lately these past couple of weeks because he finally got on a pay-per-view at Night of Champions. All the stuff about him not taking back bumps, which I thought was ridiculous. I still don't agree with having him lose on that pay-per-view after you don't put him on there for a while. And what is it really? Sami Zayn could take a loss in the middle of some of this shit and still bounce back. He's that kind of star. Pat McAfee apparently taking time off due to exhaustion. You know what that means? I get 2 more wishes. Let me rub this. Yeah, exhaust yourself. AJ Styles signs 1-year contract extension with the Fed. The Wyatts take the tag belts on the 7-11 SmackDown. That recently just happened. So. All right, and now we are on to some of the WWE pay-per-views of the weekend, and holy shit, was there a lot of them.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Good. I got through the WWE news, so I'm going to run through Evolution real quick.
Okay, I didn't take my earbuds out because they had to charge, so if my audio quality is worse, well, fuck you.
Fine, dude. Now I didn't watch all of this pay-per-view. Now, they wound up selling them 8,351 seats, which isn't horrible, but the State Farm Arena holds significantly more than that, so I'm sure they were hoping for more. But as far as action went, though, this was one of the really good shows of the weekend. Now, I walked in. They had 7 matches. I walked in the middle of the 4th one, but Becky Lynch opened up, defeating Bayley and Lyra Valkyria to retain the Intercontinental title at 16:30. JC Jane.
Again, I didn't see any of Evolution. I just heard it was really good. But that they probably won't have another one because it was 7 matches. And, they don't want to do 7 match cards at TKO because they have to pay more people. And they didn't sell that many tickets because they didn't promote the show.
Yeah, that's their fault they didn't sell as many tickets.
Well, yeah, because that's what happens when you hold when there's 4 wrestling shows in one weekend.
Yeah, I mean, like, Ring of Honor, I didn't watch any of that because, which we're going to run through that real quick, but I actually went on that site to find it.
Oh, 5 then, if you include Supercard of Honor.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they charge $30 for that, though, is ridiculous. JC Jane defeated Jordan Grace. She retained the NXT Women's Championship. She's going on to Slammiversary on Sunday to face Masha Slamovich, and both titles are on the line. Masha Slamovich is really good, though. So.
It's crazy, brother.
Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez defeated the unlikely duo of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Sol Ruka and Zaria, and the Kabuki Warriors by pinfall at 10:50. Pretty quick for a fatal 4-way tag team match, if you ask me. All right, now here's where I picked it up. I picked it up when Trish was coming out, but Tiffany Stratton beat her by pinfall at 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Nothing special, but I knew Trish wasn't going to win because she's not going to stick around. So they're not going to put the belt on her. Next was the no blood, no holds barred match where Jade Cargill beat Naomi by pinfall in 11 minutes and 10 seconds. I don't even think, unless they're going to bleed, like, I will say that about the Moxley and Hangman match. Like, the bleeding in that looks, like, natural. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting the shit kicked out of you and you're bleeding. You're not, like, having no blood in a hardcore match. That's why the Punk McIntyre Hell in a Cell got over with so many people last year. I mean, Drew had to take fucking like 40 staples to the head, but, you know, it's all in a day's work. Stephanie Vakir won the 20-woman Battle Royal, last eliminating Lash Legend. She gets the world title shot at Clash in Paris now. Good for Steph. And Naomi cashed in and turned it into a triple threat to beat the champion Io Sky and former champion Rhea Ripley by pinfall at 26-20 to take the World Women's Championship. Yeah, people were gushing online about this show, man. Like, for real.
Yeah, just too bad no one saw it.
Hey, I made a point to watch it because I wasn't really doing anything else anyway. But, all right, let's round out the WWE with the Saturday night's main event here because we got to talk about the main thing that happened on that, which really isn't wrestling. Your buddy Dave Meltzer about Rollins getting hurt.
I was going to say.
Your buddy Dave Meltzer has come out, which another thing I think is his him getting false information. He said that Seth hurt himself before the match and did that to make it look like he got hurt in the match. And I'm like, well, what the fuck does that mean?
That's bullshit.
Like, why would you do that? Like, think about what happened to Seth, right? You're going to hurt yourself, say, playing pickup basketball in a fucking garage, in a driveway, right? You hurt yourself. You're going to come on TV, wrestle that whole match at a high level, and land awkwardly on your leg on purpose? Because I also heard, too, that he was supposed to win, and then Goldberg was going to beat Gunther. And then Rollins was going to cash in, I heard. But I don't know if that was true either.
Here comes Ziggler. He's cashing in.
But it would have looked better than Gunther choking out Goldberg. Did you see all the people that came out with Goldberg too?
Yeah, I saw that was Ernest the Cat Miller.
And
I'm the greatest.
And Doug Dellinger, former WCW head of security, knocking on the door just like he used to on Nitro.
Chris Canyon, when I get my hands on you, I'm gonna eat your ass like a pot of collard greens, baby.
This was at the State Farm Arena that the Evolution was at, and it was 13,010, so it had 5,000 more people. But LA Knight winds up beating Rollins. That's another thing about the Rollins injury. After he falls down and he does the backflip, right? He's yelling "fuck" as he's holding himself. He crawls over, and I mean crawls over to the corner. They stop everything. He brings Heyman over and brings the ref over and talks to him. They're not doing the X because, as we talked about, too many people know what that means now. So he has to pull himself to his feet after a couple minutes, and he takes the finish from Knight, and Knight wins it. It totally looked like they were just trying to salvage it. But it was a shame because now the main heel and the main heel stable is probably going to be out for 10 months to a year, I would imagine. Which leaves Punk with nothing to do.
Yeah, Pepsi Man over there.
Pepsi Man.
That was on Botchamania. That was the intro to the newest episode of Botchamania. It's Pepsi Man! And it's a picture of Punk.
But yeah, this is apparently where the Jelly Roll thing got started too. With Randy Orton had Jelly Roll in his corner, and he defeated Drew McIntyre with Logan Paul in his corner at 8 minutes and 26 seconds. I don't. This is too much for me. This celebrity shit, awful. Jelly Roll, who's not even big and fat anymore. He had like gastric sleeve surgery or something. Oh.
Jelly Roll's still fat.
Yeah, but he's not as fat.
I don't know. He looks pretty fat. He still looks pretty. He looks the same amount of fat to me.
Remember what you said about the face tattoos? If it's anywhere above the neck, it's drugs.
Adam's apple drugs.
Oh, it's above the Adam's apple, yeah. Solo Sikoa, with all the frickin' Samoans out there with him, defeated Big Jim Uso to retain the United States Championship at 10:49. And Gunther chokes out Goldberg at 15:20. What a way, a so-so way to end an otherwise so-so career. His retirement match. Give me a fucking break. It was fucking horrible. It was fucking horrible. I mean, the guy looked in great shape. He's fucking 60.
Yeah, Goldberg.
I rather would have seen Gilbert come out. He would have got a bigger pop.
Gilbert. Isn't he dead? I thought I read the...
No, somebody is. Remember we covered it? Somebody at his wrestling school got killed. Like he threw the guy on his head. I'm like, Gilbert? Fucking little turd. I got chunks bigger than him in my stool. All right, let's do the AEW news. Look at these shows and get the fuck out of here. Tony Schiavone says WCW signed the Renegade to feed him to Hulk Hogan in 1995. Do you know who the Renegade is?
The Renegade?
We never talked about this. This is why I wanted to bring this up to you. Go back. You got to look up that horrible. In fact, we should watch it together one time. The first uncensored in 1995, when they wanted to counter ECW's popularity, and all they did was break wooden chairs over people all night. It was awful. Ric Flair dressed like a woman interfered in the Randy Savage like earthquake match, and Hogan and Vader had a strap match with another one that ended oddly. But the Renegade appears at the end to help Hulk Hogan against the Dungeon of Doom, and it's this guy Rick somebody who winds up, blowing his own head off or something years ago. Or years later. But he's totally an Ultimate Warrior ripoff. And they never fed him to him, but he wound up winning the TV title like from Arn Anderson. But this pay-per-view was horrible. Arn Anderson had a boxing match against Johnny B. Bad.
What?
It was that fucking chicken feed truck match with the Blacktop Bully and Dustin Rhodes. I'm trying to remember.
What year was this?
95.
How many times did Dustin Rhodes jump back and forth between WCW and WWF?
He was only in WWF for a little bit in the beginning. Like, he started when Dusty ran or opened up PWF in Florida. He was trying to get back into the Florida territory after CWF closed, and it didn't work out. But Dustin started there in like 89. But late in 90... What?
Wait, no, so when he was Goldust, when was that? That was the late 90s, early 2000s,
That
right?
was 95 that started. But he was in WWF from late 90 to early 91. He wrestled with Dusty at the 91 Rumble. That's the match where Virgil turns on DiBiase. It's against Dusty and Dustin. But yeah.
It's like Nick Wayne turning on Christian.
Oh, God. I didn't see that coming. But I haven't been really following it, so.
Nick Wayne.
No timetable for Orange Cassidy return due to legitimate injury. Could return sooner on TV in a non-wrestling role. You won't see him then if he's in a non-wrestling role.
Maybe he'll be like a manager.
Yeah, that's what they were saying, I think. Ian Riccaboni re-signs with AEW. He became the third member of the Dynamite team with Excalibur and Taz.
That was for one night he was on Dynamite instead of usually he's on Collision.
Oh, I must have got it that week when they reported it or something. Per AEW sources, Britt Baker actively looking to part ways with AEW, which everybody's on that wagon now.
Okay, play the sound effect.
But I could see WWE taking a shot with her and giving her the Cody treatment. Absolutely.
No,
Sure.
you're not giving her Cody treatment.
She's a decent wrestler, and you know what? Maybe she can bring a facet to WWE that the other girls don't. She loves to bleed, that girl.
Yeah, Britt Baker bleeds a lot, but she's not that very much. She's not a really good wrestler, and she causes a lot of backstage problems.
Really?
Yeah, the amount of people she's had heat with in AEW is pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, she looks like a twat, so I'm not surprised. Shelton Benjamin says Tony Khan has given guys that wouldn't get a sniff a shot on TV. You know what I have to say to that, right?
What he's meaning is that guys with good potential, but for one reason or another just didn't get a chance to prove themselves, he's giving that chance to.
Like your hero, Von Wagner, right?
Come Tuesday! I love that idea. You might not saw it coming tonight, but come Tuesday, you're going to have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. My war has just begun.
That's right, folks. That's why I saved this fucking Von Wagner PNG. It's taking up space on my hard drive.
I did. I told you, he looks like fucking Nazi propaganda of like the Nazis would say that, like people of other ethnicities looked like.
Oh, like the propagandist films they would do of the Jews with the big foreheads and stuff like that?
Yeah. like
Because he looks like Cro-Magnon Man. He looks like those old cavemen in the Geico commercials had a kid.
That's what someone in the comment section said he looked like prehistoric Edge.
Ruby Soho trading for in-ring return since being on maternity leave. Take your time. Take some bonding time. I really don't want to look at you. God, she's ugly. Oh!
I just don't like her. She looks like she could have been one of your ex-wives.
No, she looks like she has hepatitis from all those tattoos.
Yeah, and one of your ex-wives probably had hepatitis.
Oh, only the one at least. But Matt Hardy came out and said he believes CM Punk kept him off a Collision taping. Hardy said he doesn't have proof, but strongly believes that being given Collision was known as Punk's show. Hardy said that it bothered him, and he says, if true, it is unprofessional. Are we really still talking about that shit when he booked fucking Collision from 2 years ago?
Hardy's in TNA. He doesn't have much else to do but complain.
Oh, did you see the commercial for Slammiversary, which is next week?
No.
Where they're walking around New York, the broken Hardys. Oh, Christ. Yeah, they're broken, all right.
Delete! 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 Delete!
And Matt's talking like that fucking crazy shit he always talks about. And I'm like, and Jeff's not saying a word. He might as well be Willow again.
Willow the Wisp.
All right, hold on. We're going to hit Supercard of Honor real quick because I only had a few minutes.
Brother Nero! Brother Nero! God damn it, what the hell's going on out there? That was the final deletion.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was the Battle Royal that they did at the Hardy Compound where the Rock and Roll Express got launched out of a volcano.
Holy Christ, they had 12 matches on Supercard of Honor?
Holy Jesus.
We're not talking about that. Skip it.
No, listen to this shit. Blake Christian defeats Jay Lethal in the opening match. Why do we have to have that other than Jay Lethal's a lifer for Ring of Honor? The Dark Order defeats the Frat House. Ugh.
The Frat House.
Yeah, it's Cole Carter, Griff Garrison, and Preston Vance. Griff Garrison.
And Jack Jameson.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack Jameson. I just saw that here. Give me a minute, will you? Diamante defeated Lady Frost by pinfall in 6 minutes. And the Von Erichs, Ross and Marshall, defeated the Premier Athletes, Ari Daivari and Tony Nese and fucking smart Mark Sterling. It's still there. Hi, Chichitaro. With Rocky Romero defeated Michael Oku with Amira Blair by pinfall at 11:29. In a 4-way $50,000 reward match, AR Fox defeated Adam Priest, Atlantis Jr., and Lee Johnson. Shoddy Lee Johnson. Isn't that his name?
Big Shoddy.
Fucking shitty Lee Johnson should be more like it.
Hey, he was one of Cody's proteges in the Nightmare family at the start of AEW, him and Brock Anderson.
Yeah, what are they doing now?
I don't know what Brock Anderson's doing.
They're saying paper or plastic at the end of the register at the fucking at Pathmark or something. That's what they're doing.
And Cody's too busy fucking playing Dial in the new Street Fighter movie.
Cody's too busy fucking his wife in a pile of cash. All right, that's what he's doing.
I just remember they had that thing at that one Ring of Honor show where someone yelled out, "Cody, where's your sexy ass wife? You guys want to see Brandy? Yeah! You guys don't deserve to see Brandy!"
Yeah, Cody went everywhere, man. He was all over the place. Good for him.
Yeah, because that's when Cody was actually good and not just trying to be like his dad.
Lee Moriarty, big surprise here, defeated Blue Panther by submission to retain the ROH Pure title at 13-15. Yeah, he beat up a 60-year-old man. Good for him. In the match nobody was looking forward to, the Sons of Texas defeated the Infantry. They suck. They suck worse than I possibly could have imagined.
Oh, Townsend, Sean Dean, and Carly Bravo?
Weren't they on the pre-show at Dynasty?
At Dynasty?
Yeah, when we went to Dynasty, I thought they were. Didn't they fight Top
Maybe.
Flight with Nick Wayne or something?
Maybe.
Possibly, I don't know. Nick Wayne also defeated Teton to retain the Ring of Honor World TV title. And in the women's...
A lot of people wrestled. A lot of people pulled double duty. I'm surprised.
Yeah, but that's what bothered me. I'm like, especially in the gauntlet matches, you could have bring out some people. Like, if you're paying them to sit home, I'm not going to say Keith Lee either, but I'm saying you had other people at home you could have pulled in for this show.
Like who?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look at the roster, but I could pick probably half a dozen more people that would have fit in here that you could have done one-off appearances with instead of retreading the same guys 2 and 3 fucking times. That's
like
what.
Name somebody.
I don't. All right, hold on. Let me see.
Fucking Scorpio Sky, he just came back.
No, first of all, fuck him. Hold on. I'm going to the website.
He spent 2 years drinking that glass of wine.
Adam Cole needs to be taken off the roster. He's never coming back. Hold on. I'm thinking. Bandito did double duty, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm looking here. Danielson's kind of retired, so you can't do that. You could have brought Jericho back and got everybody boo him just for the gauntlet match, right? Fucking Colt Cabana's still on the roster. Fucking
That's the fuck you to Punk.
Put him in there. Danhausen's still on it too.
Officially.
Yeah, Dustin Rhodes has like 75 belts on him now on the fucking page.
He has 3 belts.
Hook. Well, Hook's hurt, right? Jay White. There's another one, right?
He's still injured.
He is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he hurt his hand.
Johnny TV. Keith Lee's on there.
Hurt.
I'm looking. Hold on. Fucking Kip Sabian. When the hell is he gonna fucking get hit by a car?
He's in the patriarchy.
Yeah, I know. God, they got some shit on this fucking roster, dude.
Like who?
Matt Taven, Matt Menard, Matt Sedal. Anybody named Matt, cut him.
Daddy Magic, Matt Menard.
Fucking jerk off. Michael Nakazawa, is he a backstage producer now? Because he's got a fucking golf shirt on or something, man.
Yeah, he works backstage. Kenny got him a job.
Mike Bennett, fucking bull truck driver. Camarado, the hairiest. Look at that dirty fucking giddy. Look at him with all that fucking chest hair and shit.
Who?
Nick Camarado, the greasy wop.
Nick Camarado.
Hey, he's a greasy wop. It has to be. Look at him. He's got shoulder toupees. He's got so much fucking hair on him. Pretty Peter Avalon. Fucking douchebag. Satnam Singh. Fat fuck Shane Taylor. All right.
Swim trunks.
Sanjay Dutt. The Butcher and the Blade. Holy shit.
Still there.
Wardlow still there. You could have trotted him out for whatever you're paying him.
He's
All right, maybe not.
point of line.
Maybe they don't have as good of a back roster as I thought.
No, they do.
Well, I certainly didn't see it in there. I mean, I saw like
The amount of people that they have access to through their working relationships also very much adds to it.
all right. Now that I'm depressed and ashamed after that Ring of Honor review, let's get to why we're here. And I know you want to talk. I know you want to talk about this because you really enjoyed it, and so did I. But let's break it down.
I don't think it was their best pay-per-view. I still think their best pay-per-view is Double or Nothing 2025, but
I don't know, dude. All In last year was pretty good too, when Danielson beat Swerve.
it's up there too.
Okay. Now, did they announce the attendance? I'm just curious. I know it was over. I think it was.
Oh, yes! Oh, yeah! We gotta have the fucking attendance. Of course we do.
Almost 30,000. 29, it said. Pretty good.
Most attended wrestling show in the U.S. other than WWE since like 1999 or 1998.
99.
I'm sure Bischoff is having a conniption over that.
The commentators were Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, Taz, Nigel. Jim Ross did the last two matches. Unfortunately, Daddy Magic Matt Menard did the TNT Championship match. FTR did a good job on the World Tag Team Championship match. Don Callis did the Okada versus Omega match, which Don always jumps on commentary when these people are out there. I don't think we should do that all the time. Maybe in like squash matches, but they don't really have them anymore. But Josh, what's his name? Josh Matthews, who used to be with WWE, made his on-camera debut as a backstage interviewer.
Remember when he was TNA? He used to do TNA Explosion.
All right, let's get to the show. Now, when I talked about fluff, this is part of it. The Sons of Texas.
It's a free show! It's a fucking free show!
But Dustin, now, okay, you already knew, because before the pre-show matches started, they already knew Adam Cole wasn't wrestling and there was going to be a four-way. So why even have Dustin and Sammy in this match?
It was as the pre-show was starting, they found that out. Apparently, Tony Khan found out at the same time we did that Adam Cole couldn't wrestle.
Don't you find something wrong with that, though?
That's Cole who didn't tell them.
Well, wrestlers always are. Athletes are always secretive about their concussions. I always think they know, but anyway, like I said, Dustin, Marshall Von Erich, Ross Von Erich, and Sammy Guevara defeated the kings of the pre-show, Shane Taylor Promotions. Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Carly Bravo, and Captain Shawn Dean. So you got 4, 5, 6 guys that wrestled the night before. And Anthony Ogogo's out there for good measure on fucking dumb fucks that have nothing to do. So,
And Anthony Ogogo had to get hit by the Iron Claw by Kevin Von Erich.
he needs to get hit by a fucking car.
I just remember when he had that feud with Cody, that was like the biggest fucking bust.
Yeah, Cody's whole run in AEW is like, other than the match with his brother and winning the TNT title the one time, it's kind of a bust, dude. And all the shit he did with the Throne Breaker and all that stuff.
Because he was booking all his own stuff, that's why.
Probably. In the second pre-show match, AEW's biggest draw, Big Boom AJ and the conglomeration, Kyle O'Reilly, Hologram, and Ishii with Big Hungus or Chungus, whatever his name is, and the Rizzler, defeated the Don Callis family, Hechicero, Lance Archer, Rocky Romero, and Trent Beretta. That's like NWO B team right there.
Who?
With Beretta, Romero. I always liked him, but like Lance Archer, he sucks, dude.
No, he doesn't.
Lance Archer hasn't been good in years. He has not been at the top of the card in years. Since he was with KES with Davey Boy Smith Jr.
There's nothing wrong with being a mid-carder. We've been over this.
There is another, but how many do you need?
A good amount.
FTR.
This isn't when you were.
What?
This isn't like when you were a fucking kid where you could just have like 10 guys on the roster.
Sure you could if you didn't do as much television. I mean, I don't know. Maybe my way of doing things is old.
Yes, it is. You want to go back to paying guys on the house.
Well, that makes the promoter more money than anything. So if you were the promoter, of course you'd want to do it that way. The Ops. Let's go to the main show. The Ops. Shibata, Hobbs, and Samoa Joe retained the trios title against the AEW trios titles against the Death Riders, Claudio and Wheeler, and Gabe Kidd sitting in for Pac, who was injured. Which you knew.
I thought this was
go ahead.
I thought it was an entertaining match.
No. This is where the match, like I'm going to tell you, that match was not bad. I was shocked they opened with the 6-man, but it turned out well. 14 minutes and 10 seconds. They wind up trying to cripple Joe at the end, but Joe's got to go.
Well, because he's got to go and do the press tour for Twisted Metal Season 2.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured, yeah. The next was the men's casino gauntlet match. MJF won by pinning Roderick Strong last. But the order of the entrants were as follows. Mark Briscoe, MJF, Ricochet, Bandito, and Takeshita doing double duty. Mystico coming out. Alexander, Anthony Bowens, Roderick Strong, Brody King. The return of Juice Robinson. You were right about Ibushi being in better shape. The Beast Mortos. And then fucking Max Caster fucking came out. When are we putting that to bed?
It was a fucking thing.
The whole thing is a joke. It's not funny.
I think it's funny. He's a comedy character. Like Crash Holly in the hardcore division. Which they stole from WCW, by the way.
What, the hardcore division? No, they didn't. WWF was doing it first.
No, I meant Crash Holly's gimmick.
Who'd they steal that from?
That Norman Smiley, I'm pretty sure.
No, Norman was after. I guarantee Norman was after.
No, I was watching a video about it. It was before.
I have to check that on it because it seems like now I am getting older and I don't remember shit the same way I used to. But I distinctly remember because the hardcore title for WWF started when McMahon was grooming Mick Foley to be his corporate champion. And they shaved him and they put him in a tux. Then they gave him the old WWF Winged Eagle belt all busted up with like packing tape on it.
Yeah, but they had, and then they did, the belt is older, but I'm saying that Hardcore Holly's hardcore character, he was still, what only came after Norman Smiley was hardcore champion in WCW.
Oh, you're saying Hardcore Holly became...
When Crash Holly became Hardcore Holly.
No, they're two different people.
I meant Crash Holly being the hardcore champion.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're saying they did him being the whole super heavyweight thing where he would bring the scale out and everything?
Yeah, like all that. That was after Norman Smiley was hardcore champion, doing a very similar gimmick.
Oh, I didn't know that, but I bet you a lot of people don't know that because nobody was watching WCW by that point.
That's where you had, like, Maine was in the hardcore division.
Yo, that's scary. They maced him to one match, and he inhaled it and blew it back at him because he did that to cops years ago.
And Ralphus was in the match.
Yeah, you opened my eyes to that. I didn't know Ralphus was still around even at that point. So, but yeah, MJF wins the men's casino gauntlet match. I'm sure the title's going to come back to him at some point. Now, the next was the TNT 4-way, which was originally going to be for a number one contender for it, but then Adam Cole had come out, basically. He didn't want to say retire, but he's not going to be around for a while. He's got severe damage from concussion. He can't sit in a car for very long. I was reading all this stuff. But like I said, that power bomb he took from Fletcher on the apron of the ring looked horrible. I mean, I've seen NFL guys get concussions and everything. That stopped me where I was. But Dustin Rhodes wins the vacant AEW TNT title after defeating Daniel Garcia, Kyle Fletcher, and Sammy Guevara. Poor Kyle. I'll bet you he gets the title from Rhodes real quick. I'll bet you he doesn't hold it.
Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Good. I like that day. In one of the better matches tonight, this is where the card really picks up. I missed some of this match, but I want you to talk about this a little bit. Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay.
Oh, this was a beautiful tag match.
Defeat the Young Bucks to force them to abdicate their EVP position.
They had a great entrance. They had a great entrance to box where they came out on their boats. Swerve and Ospreay had good entrances too.
Oh yeah, Ospreay will do it as Assassin's Creed, and JoJo Offerman, Bray Wyatt's widow, singing Swerve to the ring.
Ain't nobody does it better.
But yeah, so 25 minutes and 50 seconds. Probably a gem. I have to go back and watch it. I didn't see all of it, but probably a gem being that Ospreay's in it. Swerve's no slouch himself. Athena wins the women's casino gauntlet match, pinning Mina Shirakawa. Chris Statlander came in first, followed by that monster Megan Bayne, Willow Nightingale, Tay Mello, Thekla, Julia Hart, Queen Aminata, Mina Shirakawa, Athena, Thunder Rosa, Sayori, Alex Windsor, Laura Ingram, Melania Trump, and a partridge in a pear tree.
I thought this was actually better than the men's gauntlet match.
I didn't see any of this. I was fucking eating dinner. I was pissed.
Because the men's gauntlet match kind of dragged at certain points. This did not.
No surprise in this match, the Hurt Syndicate defeats Jet Speed and the Patriarchy because all four of those guys together don't weigh as much as Lashley. So.
I know, because the fucking all that matters is natural size.
No, I'm just saying. Lashley's a brick shithouse, dude. He looks like gargantuan. And Shelton, for being 49, he's a shooter. He would fuck any of them up anyway.
Yeah.
But where the hell, how does Kip Sabian fit into all this fucking shit?
He's part of the patriarchy. He's one of Christian's adopted sons.
Oh, when we went to the show at Dynasty, I said, who's the chick with the white hair? And there's lesbos in front of us. We're like, oh, that's Kip Sabian. I'm like, oh my God, he's still here? The fuck?
I remember for a while his gimmick was that he would wear a plastic, cardboard box over his head and just stand in the front row. Menacingly.
Menacingly. There's nothing about Kip Sabian that's menacing. Maybe his breath. I don't know. But, and in a surprise for me, Timeless Tony Storm defeats Mercedes Moné by pinfall at 24-10. I thought for sure Tony was going to have Sasha Banks go over. Because he loves her. He obviously does. To put all this.
It was a great match.
It was, dude. Tony, who I give more for selling and acting than I do for her in-ring skills mainly most of the time, but she did she did well on the mat against Mercedes. One of the best. I don't know. I think the main event was pretty good, but this Okada defeating Kenny to win the unify the AEW Continental Championship and AEW International Championship into the inaugural AEW Unified Championship. But they're not letting go of. Aren't they still using the belts?
No.
What are they doing for the Continental Classic?
I don't know.
But they are still having that, right? I did hear that.
Yes, they still are.
It's in December, right? On Christmas time?
Yes.
And in the main event, the Texas Death Match, which really was more of a last man standing match because they didn't do the pinfalls or anything. And he did submit like a regular match. But 35-55, Hangman puts an end to John Moxley's reign.
The Texas Death Match, the way it works is you either submit or you have to be able to answer a 10 count.
But before it used to be you submit or pin the guy, and he still gets to answer a 10 count.
Well, yeah, I think that's stupid.
Well, I don't know. They had it like that for years. I've never actually seen one like that. I just read that. But he hung him over the top rope. I said if it was me, I would have just given him the finger and gone limp and passed out.
Moxley had great acting where he was like flailing all over the place. Oh,
knowing that dumb shit, it probably wasn't acting and he was really hanging him. It's probably why he had to tap out. Because you know Mox, he's all about the real. Like, he's all about the realness. And you read Sports Illustrated, his dissertation on blood. he's got freaking Hangman's got him in a leg scissors, just starts popping his fucking melon open with a fork. Me and your cousin were watching. I was like, dude! Because, like, the camera work was great. He got right in there, man. Like he was stabbing a pea and it kept moving, you know, like when you're trying to get that last pea with your fork.
Like, that match was brutal. It was great.
And the one time, weren't we talking about it yesterday at the barbecue when he got thrown over the rope and Moxley hit his face and there was a pool of blood and he wasn't moving? I'm like, I think he's dead. He's not going to be happy till he is. Like all that shit in the beginning with Renee, like they were trying to do the whole Rocky IV, Adrian telling him he can't win, but it was just not executed well because she should never be inserted into a storyline. Never.
Who?
Renee. Never.
Why?
Because that was stupid. It was dumb, I thought. I mean, if you want to do it, you got to be a better way to do it than that. It looked like fucking carpool karaoke when I was watching it. The way they shot it.
It was a good segment. It was a good segment.
First of all, I don't even know what draws her to him. She has to drink coffee every morning with that idiot. My God.
You just don't like Moxley.
I don't. You act like that's a fucking secret. It's not just you either. I got on a subreddit the other day. All you fucking AEW tribes people, with your tribalism, talk about how he's like the fucking greatest wrestler alive. You ought to be fucking. You ought to not be able to post on the internet for saying stuff like that. Say you like him, fine. But I don't know. That was a lot of wrestling this weekend, and I honestly, Slammiversary is the only thing this weekend, and I'm looking forward.
I'm kind of wrestled out right now. I'm kind of exhausted from wrestling. That's why I'm not going to watch it. I think this week or next week, maybe.
I mean, yeah, think about it. You had one, two, it's like 5 shows. Yeah, it was 5 shows this weekend. It's insane. But it was a lot of good stuff. Like I said, we didn't even cover NXT Great American Bash. I don't give a fuck because I have no interest in them. The land of the big fucking 3D fingers. So,
yeah.
But anyway, that'll do it for this week.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands over there.